Alright, welcome back. As you can tell, it's the Sunday before the 4th of July. And as you can see, it's kind of rainy, hot, or humid, rainy day today. But, I take full advantage of this day. I've got the World Cup on TV, and I'm going to be building and showing you how to build the finale racks and actually start getting them ready for Wednesday. So let's come on in and let's get to work. Hi, welcome back. For this episode, I'm going to show you basically how to go ahead and start setting up the boards. As I showed to you earlier, it's a humid, rainy day, so I really don't want to be out in the garage. And plus, I got the World Cup going on. We got a really interesting game going this morning. So I paused. I do apologize. I just kind of watching the game. But for this episode, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up the 500 gram finale board. Now, as you've gone through some of the other videos, hopefully, if not, go through some of the layout videos, you're going to see the benefit of using this type of finale board. Okay, you're going to be limited basically to 2 cakes, 500 gram cakes or 350 megagram cakes, the bigger boxes. You can probably even fit maybe 1, if you're lucky, 2 of the 3-inch finale cakes. But this is designed for really a couple of reasons. Number one, you can put it in your show if your space is limited anywhere. So then you can kind of fuse things together so you can sit back and watch this show and not have to worry about getting up a lighting or paying hundreds of dollars for an electronic firing system. So you can fuse everything together and just have one real great creative show. So with this, again, this is 1 foot by 2 foot. It's sitting on 1x3s, so it's nice and sturdy and level. With that, this is just a 1/4 inch plywood board cut to the same specifications. Okay, that once you have all your fireworks glued down, then basically you just screw it in, much like this right here. Okay, just screw it in. I do this every time. Okay, so then you screw it in, use some of your nuts to tighten it, and then that way your cakes are actually secure on this board as well. And then when you're done, you just unscrew it, pop out and then you just take the whole board, throw the board in the trash. So then you're ready to go for your next round. So the great thing about this is I can make 4 or 5 of these things. So 4th of July falls on a Saturday. Well, I could do a show Friday night, okay, and I can have everything fused up for Saturday already. So take, again, a day like today where it's rainy and it's humid out, fuse these things up, set them aside, and then come the next day after the first show is done, I can move things around, make it a little bit different, make my show a little bit different, utilizing the exact same materials. Put the board in, screw it in there, voila, it's done, it's ready to go. And I'm ready for the next day. So I get a chance to enjoy my adult beverages, my hot dogs, hamburgers, maybe do a little swimming, and not spend all day out there fusing fireworks together and doing multiple shows. So I'm going to set that aside for a second so you can kind of see again. This is just the 500 gram. It's on OSB, 2 foot by 2 foot. So again, you can take your 200 gram finale boards, which you'll see a little bit later, and you can stack them nice and neat out in your shed or out in your garage, and then you'll have it again for next year. So I'll put this aside, set that over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring my board back on. So what you're going to see here, and I've already kind of done this, is through some of the tours that I've done, I picked up just a couple things just to kind of make a little show for Wednesday, but more so for these videos. So this is a Fire Spells shot. It's by Canon. I picked this up at the Castle Muskogee. Basically, the performance says a fantasy begins with colored, multi-glittering willow and Delilah, followed by a crackling mine to vivid red corset, and a massive finale of crackling bouquet to golden willow and crackling flowers. So really, you could, if you're one who likes certain products or certain effects, then you could take and, get a couple of these and put them on the same board, so that way you've got the same effects going off, and, you just utilize your fuse. Utilize your fuses to go ahead and, time them so one will start, then the other one will start. So I've got that one, and the other one I picked up was a special offer. It was from TNT. It's called Bone Breaker. You guys can see some of the effects on this one. So, if you're like me and you like things to be different, again, I can set this up and utilize the two different cakes. So I have two different effects going off, and I can set up 3 or 4 of these, just stack them up, take them, drop them on my board. So one of the things that you've seen that I've already gone and done is put the outline of where I want to put the materials on the board. Okay, of course, obviously leaving space for my screws. Now, when it comes to Wednesday, I will remove the tops off of all of these because it will make the cleanup easier. So you don't have paper everywhere. Okay, so I'll just use a box knife just to cut off the tops of these, and then of course have them. They will be glued down. Okay, and then of course they'll be fused together. Now, for some reason I can't find my other glue, so I'm going to actually just use some different types of glue, but I'm going to go ahead and turn this around because that way I can go ahead and get the fusing on it. And I'll turn around and show you what I'm doing on the fuse. Excuse me, I talk all the time, so put that right there. And then here's the fuse on this one. Tape off of that. Ooh, nice long fuse on this one. So I'm going to turn my fuse this way. And I'm going to leave that kind of squared there. For a better view, please place this side towards the audience. Okay, so that kind of limits. I'm going to go ahead then, and I'm just going to flip it. Okay? So sometimes it works that way, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So this one says the same thing. So same thing, it says the front. Whale. Let's go back to my original plan. Okay. So I've got them laid out. And just gotta pick up the board here so I can just turn it around so you kind of can see where the fuses are going to be. Okay. So I got fuse here, fuse here. Now, I'm running a little bit low on the typical normal fuse I would use, which would be 5 seconds per foot to travel from here to here. And then when it's on the board, I'll have this piece wide open to where I can go ahead and, I can go ahead and run the fuse to another piece back here, or I can run fuse all the way across to some more pieces. So there's a lot of different options that you can use. So, but again, just for demonstration on the board and setup, and then what's going to happen on Wednesday, I'm just going to kind of keep it simple. Okay, so I'm going to go and fuse these. I'm going to go and glue these down. I think I'm going to go and get them fused up so that way they're done. So let me go ahead. Again, I do apologize. Just kind of turn this back around, and I know you really wanted to see the top of my head as I'm doing that, but again, I'm watching the World Cup, so I'm kind of getting a little distracted. So just kind of be patient. And I'm going to use, you know what? Got a little bit left of 5 seconds per foot. And again, I'm just going to show different means I should probably do this. Got some of these. Got a couple of these little pre-cut fuses. They typically run about 5 seconds, you know, to go through the whole thing. So I'm going to utilize this. That way I can kind of see if I can maybe connect the two together. And if I can connect the two together, then I'll probably bring these in just a little bit more. Let's see if I can connect that there. Boom. I can, great. So this means I can go ahead and I can use my connectors here, my zip ties here to get those connected. And then once those are connected, then I will have the ability to kind of lay it out and glue them down. And I can add my other fuse to it and not have to burn up the 5 seconds per foot that I use. So again, I'm just using, I like to use two little 4-inch zip ties. And again, the whole point is just to kind of keep it as simple as possible. Again, all I'm doing is I'm just fusing up the fuse extensions here, so before I glue them down, so I know exactly how much room I have. Again, these little zip ties you can find them at your local hardware store. I personally buy them off eBay because you can get 1,000 for like $1. So when you're trying to do everything, have everything look nice and neat, you know, the cheaper you can go to set up on some of these things, the better. And again, if you want to kind of know how these things, how their fuses perform, check out our fuse comparison, because that'll kind of give you an idea of how they perform as well. Like this. So no, perfect. Okay. So what this is going to do is just going to give me a little bit more of a time delay. Tell you this game I'm watching it's been pretty good. Okay, so I got those two. Turn that back around so you kind of can see. Okay, so you kind of can see I got the little fuse extensions on here, and I'll just connect those right there. And then what I'll do is I'll run my long fuse through here, or I'll run it through here, because this is how it's going to sit on the board. And of course I can turn the board to whichever way. So let me go ahead and add, since I'm here, so you can guys see what I'm doing here. Let's take my little fuses like this. I'm going to say go ahead and preset them up. Okay, and then again, I like to use two fuses, or two of them, because it just makes it a little bit easier or keeps it nice and tight. Yep. I'll turn this around because it makes it easier to pull. Okay. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. I'm just doing it because this is what I find the easiest way. Okay, so boom. Okay, so now I know how that's set. Okay, so I'll just take these forward. Take some glue. Now I can't find my glue gun to use like liquid nails, but because again I'm not doing a full show. Kind of cheat here a little bit and just use some regular wood glue. I just want enough on there just to kind of hold that in place. So check my little angle, make sure I'm not on the, okay. And they're both facing forward. Let that sit. And then again, when it comes time for the show, you can just take this one little piece right here and then put it on my board, and I'm ready to go. So there you go. That is the fusing of the 500 gram, megagram size cakes to the 500 gram finale board. So again, thank you for watching. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for all of your instructional videos. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter, V3 Pyro Designs, and then later this year we'll be able to visit us at www.v3pyrodesigns.com, where presentation matters.